Long, long ago, when the world was young, there were no troubles at all. The sky was always blue. The sun was always warm in the sky. Everyone was kind, gentle, beautiful. Everyone cared for each other. And then there was Pandora. Pandora was special. Athena clothed her. Aphrodite gave her the gift of beauty. Poseidon gave her pearl necklace, and Apollo gave her the gift of healing and music, and Hermes gifted her with boldness and charm, and Hera gifted her curiosity. Pandora meaning a box full of gifts, a jar full of gifts. Pandora was kind, gentle, caring. But remember, she was gifted by the gods, so she was different. She was inquisitive, curious. She was the kind of woman, if she saw a door, she wanted to open it. If she saw a fence, she wanted to know what lay on the other side. If she saw a drawer, she wanted to open the drawer and look inside. But no one ever minded because nobody had any secrets from each other. Until one day, Pandora saw a strangely, beautifully carved wooden box lying on the table, and she turned to Epimetheus and asked him who had brought that box. Epimetheus said, I know you're not supposed to open it, Pandora. Why shouldn't I open it? What lies inside that box? I would like to know, said Pandora. Tell me, Epimetheus, who got the box? And Epimetheus described the person. He said somebody with a cap full of feathers and a strange looking staff with two serpents twisted. And he had wings in his ankles. It almost appeared that he could fly. And Pandora knew who it was. It was Hermes, the messenger of gods. And she turned to Epimetheus and said, it was Hermes who brought me here. He must have meant for me to open that box. But Epimetheus said, no, you're not supposed to open the box. And he went out of the room into the wonderful sunshine and the beautiful world outside. Pandora stayed inside and looked at the box, and she wondered. She looked at the box and she wondered. She wondered what gifts lay inside. Were there chocolates inside? Jelly beans? Or some gifts for me? But then she remembered the words of Epimetheus and went to the other side of the room, and she stood and she heard a voice call out to her, Pandora. Pandora ran out of the room into the garden, and she stood, but the voice followed and called out, Pandora. And Pandora ran out of the gardens into the fields beyond, and the voice followed her and called out, Pandora. Now Pandora couldn't stop herself. She came running back from the fields to the garden, and from the garden she entered the room, and she was drawn towards that wooden carved box. And she stood next to it, and she saw that it was tied with a gold cord. And she looked at the knot, and then she held it. She couldn't stop herself, and she untied the knot. And that's when she heard a babble of voices coming from inside the box. They were angry. They sounded quarrelsome. Pandora had never known what was it to be angry or to quarrel or to be quarrelsome. But she knew the voices were loud, and she was frightened. And then she heard a voice, Open the box, Pandora. Let us out. Open the box. And Pandora couldn't stop herself. She had already untied the cord. So she opened the box, and suddenly darkness, a dark cloud descended upon the room and blocked the sunlight that was filtering in through the windows. And Pandora couldn't see what was inside the box, but she could sense a swirling dark mass of winged insects buzzing around her. That's when Epimetheus came running into the room to protect Pandora, and they heard, "Let us out, let us out." But Pandora had already let them out. And she asked them, "Who are you? What are you? Who are you?" And the voices answered, "Trouble. We are trouble. You've let out all the troubles into the world," said the voices. And then Pandora turned to Epimetheus because she felt a swirling mass of hornets, bats, evil demons surrounding and swirling around her. So she asked him to open the window, and Epimetheus ran to the window and he opened it, and the swirling mass of winged insects escaped through the window out into the world to tease and trouble all the people. And then Pandora heard a voice from inside the box, a gentle tap, and the voice called out, "Pandora, let me out." And Pandora said, "No, I've already let out all the troubles. Who are you?" And the voice said, "I'm Hope. You need to let me out, Pandora. You need me. I need to follow the troubles." And Pandora and Epimetheus both pulled open the lid, and from inside the box shone a bright light. As the light fell on Pandora, she felt happy. She had been frightened before because she had let out all the troubles. And when the light fell on Epimetheus, he also looked happy, and he was not cross with Pandora. And the voice said, "I'm Hope. Pandora, I'm always there when there is trouble. I follow the trouble. Sometimes you might think I've vanished, but I will be somewhere in the corner of a room, somewhere hiding in the ceiling, out in the gardens or in the woods. But if you call out to me, I will always be there. I go where troubles go, and then I bring peace and happiness." So Pandora met Hope, and I'm sure we too will meet Hope in this time of pandemic and troubled times in the world. Looks like the box, all the troubles have gone all over the world to tease and to torment us. But soon Hope is lying there. We all need to call out to Hope, and she will definitely save us from this pandemic. Thank you.